So, hello. Today is Friday, June 15th, 14th, excuse me. I can't read a calendar apparently. But let's start out with this. There is an aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln, I do believe is the name. And it has been deployed for 9 months. 9 months. And what makes this significant is that, if I understand this right, most deployments of Navy aircraft carriers do not last more than 2 months. And so on this aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln, um, they don't have hot water, from what I understand. Their food that they are being served is not enough, and it's not good quality. So they're being starved, is what's going on. They have no hot water, and apparently there are sailors and United States Marines that are jumping overboard. And Pete Hegseth and 47, they're doing nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing. So this is what this administration, this unconstitutional criminal regime, thinks of our military. They are not recalling the ship. They're just leaving them out there to go insane or to die of starvation, whichever comes first. And this is the party that claims to want to take care of our vets, that reveres our military. But we have to remember something. This president, and it kills me every time I have to use that because I didn't vote for him, but anyway. This is the guy that in his first term said that our military fallen during World War I and II were suckers and losers. That is not a president that gives a rat's ass about the military. And yet, he wants to try and award himself the CMH, the Congressional Medal of Honor, which, if I understand this correctly, if there's a CMH winner and a higher ranking officer than that CMH winner comes across, they have to salute. Now, they're not saluting the soldier, they're saluting the medal. Because most of the time, that medal is awarded posthumously. In other words, the soldier died in service of their country while doing or carrying out a dangerous mission or saving the lives of other soldiers. So that's how that goes. So this is not an administration of law and order, and they do not back the blue. And they could give a rat's ass about anybody that doesn't have a big fat bank account. If you have a big fat bank account, oh, you're their best friend. And, I was thinking of this earlier that I swear, well, maybe not swear, but if you look at it or think about it, this administration is trying to bring about the apocalypse because they're already trying to call on the horsemen. You think about it. We have war and what's going on in Iran. Yes, war. We have um, pestilence. Pestilence. Yeah, pestilence. Look what's going on with RFK Jr. and the trying to change the vaccination schedule for small children. Um, let's see, what is the other one? Hang on. Famine. We also have famine. You think about this, the tariffs that Trump put on all these other countries, okay? Our farmers are not able to sell their crops, okay? Think about this, the soybeans. China was a huge, the main purchaser of soybeans, okay? And no, they turned around and went to Argentina to buy their soybeans. So our farmers lost all of that business. So we have war, we have pestilence, and we have famine. The one that's left is death. So that's just my thought. And please just take it with a grain of salt because I'm not taking it that seriously. I just thought that it sounded, interesting. But yeah, and now he's tried to write another executive order ending the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. He can't do that. And here, a couple of months back, the Supreme Court told him, you can't do that. Okay, it's in the Constitution. To end it, you have to have a constitutional amendment. Okay, that's how that works. So that is something that has to go through Congress. It has to have a 2/3 vote in the House and the Senate. And then I think it has to go to the states for the states to vote on it. And that has to be 3/4 of the states to vote for it. So Trump is trying to do all these things that he does not have the ability to do. And a lot of these things are impeachable offenses. Now, the executive order about the 14th Amendment, I don't think that is. But the Qatari jet, that's an impeachable offense because he's going to try and take it with him when he leaves office in 2029. Okay? That's called bribery. And one of the things that a president can get impeached for is bribery. It's called high crimes and misdemeanors and bribery. Not necessarily in that order. Bribery, high crimes, and misdemeanors. Okay. Plus, there's the idea that he has made $2.2 billion since he has retaken the White House, since he was reelected, since he was inaugurated. $2.2 billion. That's like $1,000,000-something an hour. That's crazy. Plus, there's all of um, the tariffs, which he wasn't supposed to do because that's not a presidential authority. Only Congress can initiate tariffs. You know, so I hope and I pray that when the next Democrat takes office for the United States presidency, the person that newly elected president appoints as Attorney General is Glenn Kirshner. Man has spent 30 years. He spent 30 years at the DOJ. And he has prosecuted RICO cases, in other words, organized crime. He's prosecuted he's prosecuted all kinds of different things. And this guy would be a no nonsense. I'm going to get this job done, and I ain't going to be like Merrick Garland and fiddling as Rome Burns. Because if Merrick Garland would have appointed a special prosecutor earlier, we wouldn't be in the mess we're in. We really wouldn't. So anyway, excuse me. Those are just my rant. It's my rant and my thoughts, my music, whatever. But if you really think about what this administration is doing, this regime is doing, it's like they're trying to kick off the apocalypse or something. I mean, and they're trying to summon the four horsemen. But anyway, that is my rant again, my thoughts. And I am going to end this now. And for all of my internet friends, please take care of yourselves wherever you are.